Hi, I'm PoChu AuYeung, Program Manager and Senior Programmer for the Vancouver International Film Festival. I'm very pleased to welcome Ricky Ko, Go Ziban, Director of the film from Hong Kong to Time, Satchut Go Wang Fan. Welcome, Ricky. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hi, everyone.
So, Ricky, are you taping this from Hong Kong now?
No, actually in mainland China, because I'm doing my pre-production of my next film.
Oh, okay. So the first question I want to ask you, and I think it's a question that many people in the audience are also curious to know, especially expat audience from Hong Kong. It's how do you manage to cast these two iconic actors, you know, Patrick C, Jie Yin, and Petrina Fung, Fung Bo. I mean, they are like the icon of Hong Kong cinema in the 60s and 70s.
Yes.
And they sort of semi-retirement, right? So I'm just curious how you're able to get them together to work on this film.
Firstly, we got the script. And from the opening scene of the script, it's talk about the 50 and the 60, the three people, how they start doing their business to kill people. So we look at in Hong Kong film, the 60 and the 50, the famous people. So we think Patrick Chung is the very good potential for this character. So the producer for the name is going to find him. Firstly, they are manager. I mean the Patrick manager is try to stop our project. I mean not stop our project. They refuse the project because he didn't act for a long time for the main character. So they refused the project. But after we go back again and tell him what the scene is about, and he start interesting to do this character. So I think is because we tell him what is going on, and all this film is what is going on. So he think he want to do it, and so he comes to this part. And Petrina Fung, because she's not in Hong Kong, she's not live in Hong Kong anymore. I think she's live in Malaysia. Is it Malaysia? Yeah, Malaysia. So for the name is go to Malaysia to talk with her about this film. Firstly, she refused this character again. And we tell her the main character is Patrick Chung, and she's happy about it because she didn't work with Patrick Chung for I think it's for 60 years.
Wow.
So so she's love to work with Patrick again. So finally she's in this part, and we have this very good actor in our film. That's what happened.
And hope they get along on set.
Yeah. They are very when they meet I think when they meet on the set, when they meet first time meet again, they're so happy. They are so happy and see each other again. Because Petrina told me when she first time worked with Patrick, she was 5 years old and Patrick was 20, and her character is a son of Patrick.
And so because there's some action scene, right, for Patrick C, you know, and I know that you have worked. I mean, this is your first feature film, but you have produced other films like It Man, you know, like some other action and comedy films. There's quite a few action scenes for Patrick C in the film. So does he need to get training for those action scenes, or you have to use stunt double for all of them?
Of course, we have stunt double because he is 84 years old and we don't want him to get hurt. Okay, so we have stunt double for him, but the easy part we will ask him to do it. And because he is very talented on action, Patrick is very talented on action. When we are, I talked to the martial arts coordinator. When we work on the set, Patrick always come to see our work, and he insists to do the many action he insists to do by himself. but of course not the very difficult part we will let him do it. And he is very good at that. Yeah. So I think 40% of the film is stunt double. 60% he do it himself. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's amazing. Yeah, that he can still do it himself. You know.
Yeah.
So my other question is about the subject of the film. I know even though it's a comedy, right? But it's also touched on a very serious subject matter, which is about mercy killing, especially for, I mean, in the West, I mean, here we have assisted suicide, you know, for which is still debatable here, right? For euthanasia. So in even though the film is set in the 50s and the 60s, but is it something that you feel that there's a shift in Hong Kong in society when more elderly people are left to be on their own without having their, you know, the children looking after them?
It's part of the problem in Hong Kong now, and I think it's not just in Hong Kong. I think it's a worldwide problem. And the other place, they have elderly people problem too. And for us, we make this film is try to let the audience know how important is the elderly people. For myself, I think no matter what they do in the past, but they really have they really 有貢獻
contribution
on the social, or I mean on this city. So I think we have to respect for these people, and for the comedy, for this comedy things, because in these few years we have many Hong Kong film and it's talk about the Hong Kong problem, but they all very heavy movie. I mean it's not so comedy. And I don't want to the audience see all the problem, but they just don't entertain. I want to entertain them. So in this film, I want to bring out the problem and also want to entertain the audience. That's what we mainly want to do. Yes.
And I know the film has been released in Hong Kong, right? It was shown as a gala film at the Hong Kong Film Festival in the spring, and it has been released. So what was the reaction? You know, what was the reaction from the audience? Do you get a sense of whether they sort of think that, you know, like the problem was real? And
well, actually, I got lucky. This is my first film, but many Hong Kong people love it, so I got lucky. Yeah, and because we think the old people will like the movie because Patrick Chung and Petrina Fung, and I don't expect that the young people in Hong Kong they also love the movie. The reason of them, they told me because they think this is what this is made in Hong Kong. the movie, they think this is making Hong Kong because for a long time they don't see a very local film in the theater. Yeah.
Was sort of my response too, because for a long time, any films even made by Hong Kong directors, financed or shot in China, sort of more Chinese film from mainland China. But this one has a very strong local flavor, and it's also a sense of nostalgia to cinema, and the opening sequence, right? Brings you back to those days. So if we think that, do you find that it's easier now? Easier now in the last few years to have films that is like really made in Hong Kong, set in Hong Kong with Hong Kong actors. Is it becoming easier now?
The main problem is you make Hong Kong film is the budget. Okay, if you just make a Hong Kong film, you don't have a big budget for that, because they think if you only streaming on Hong Kong, you won't get a very big return. I mean the money. So many directors and many producers, they try to work with the China. But of course, when you work with the China, you have the on the script, you have the several, you have the rule. You have a rule from China, and you have to follow the rule. So sometimes it's stop the creative. I think. But if you only do the Hong Kong film without the China market, it's quite difficult for get a return for the money. I think. So I think it's more difficult than before to make a Hong Kong. Yeah.
Oh, it's more difficult. You think it's more difficult?
Yes.
In terms of financing, like getting.
Yes.
For example, with your film Time, like it was successful when it's shown in Hong Kong, and do you foresee it? Would it be shown in China?
Well, actually, not not in China really. But we will distribute on the other countries. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess because they don't. Those are not actors. They know, too, in China.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because they are very old. I mean, old actor. They in China they don't know. They not many people know Petrina. Yeah. They know son of Petrina, but they don't.
Exactly. They know his son. They know his son. So just I forget to mention the other actors too. Lam Suet, who was in a lot of Johnny To's film, and but it's a real action.
Yeah, Lam Suet is I think is comedy actor. Yeah. In Hong Kong, is very famous comedy actor. Yeah. We put him in this film. The main reason is we want him to be a comedy part. Yeah. So that's that's what he do.
You have three really like seasoned actors in your film, But the young girl who plays, her name is Chong.
Ying. Yeah.
Chong Ying. Yeah. Is she a professional actress, or this is her first acting role?
I can't say she's professional. She have acted before for a little character, little part for the other film. And she, I think she have talent to act for acting. She was. She told me that she was in broadcasting, radio broadcasting. She worked 即電台she worked with and she, I think she is quite a talent in acting. And I but she's not at this moment. She's not. I don't think she's professional, but maybe future she's very. So she can be a professional. Yeah.
This is her first feature role, right? In an acting role.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, feature role. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned at the beginning of our conversation that you are now in China, working
Yes.
on pre-production. So is it a film that is going to be shot in China, or is it something that is also like this one, very much a Hong Kong story with Hong Kong?
No, it's shot in China. Actually, it's a action film. It's an action film about police. So I will shot all the film is in China, and all the actors is from China.
Also, this one will be a co-production with China.
Yes, that's right. So it's quite a very different way. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So, well, hope it's going well. I mean, if you have anything, you want to share with the audience about the film that we may not have touched on? Is there anything you want to share with the audience?
Well, actually, I want the audience I hope then after they watch the film, I hope them they can more care the elderly people and more love to them, and more take care of the elderly people.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of getting very universal now, but it's just that I think in Chinese culture, right, we don't put out the elderly people in a home. It's always the sense of extended family, and so so I guess this has shifted now, even in Chinese society. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Ricky, for joining us for this conversation, and wish you all the best with your next film project.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.